Hi, welcome to Pauline Yong's channel. If you like our videos, please click the like and the subscribe buttons. Also, please comment below to submit your area of interest. As requested by viewers, we will cover the vaccine-related stocks in this video. The coronavirus COVID-19 is affecting 219 countries and territories. The worst hit countries are US, India, Brazil, Russia, UK, France, Spain, and Italy. To date, there are 112 million infected cases and causing over 2.5 million deaths. Many countries were locked down and tourism and businesses were severely affected. The only way to get things back to normal is to have mass vaccination to bring down the COVID cases. So far, the countries that are leading in mass vaccinations are Israel, UAE, UK, US, China, and Russia. Currently, there are 9 vaccines available for mass vaccination and 170 more vaccines are currently in clinical trials. The 9 vaccines are as shown in the table. Pfizer and BioNTech is the most popular vaccine in the world that has an efficacy rate of 95%, but it needs to be stored at ultra-cold temperatures of -70 degrees Celsius. Another US vaccine, Moderna, also has an efficacy rate of 95%, meanwhile can be kept for up to 6 months at -20 degrees Celsius, and it is expected to be stable for 30 days at normal refrigerator temperatures of between 2 degrees Celsius and 8 degrees Celsius. Astrazeneca Vaccine, a UK-Sweden-based vaccine, has an efficacy rate of 70%. It can be stored, transported, and handled at normal refrigerated conditions for at least 6 months and administered within existing healthcare setting. China Vaccine, Sinopharm Vaccine, with an efficacy rate of 86%, employ an inactivated whole virus to prompt the body to develop immunity and only needed to be stored at standard refrigerator temperatures of 2 degrees Celsius to 8 degrees Celsius for up to 30 days. On February 21, a total of 312,390 doses of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine were delivered to Malaysia, and more will be arriving. The government had previously inked a preliminary agreement with Pfizer for the procurement of 12.8 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine, which will be administered to 20% of the population. They had also signed a deal to procure 6.4 million doses of AstraZeneca's COVID-19 vaccine, which would be covered 10% of the population. In addition, Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin said that the government was also in talk with China and Russia to secure further supplies to increase Malaysia's total vaccination coverage to 80% or 26.5 million of the population. In Malaysia, a vaccine can only be administered if it is approved by the National Pharmaceutical Regulatory Agency or NPRA. The Bursa Malaysia stocks that are related to the vaccine industry are: Number 1 is a pharmaceutical company's stock, which are involved in the fill and finish process of the COVID-19 vaccine. In the pharmaceutical industry, fill and finish, also referred to as fill finish, is the process of filling vials of vaccine and finishing the process of packaging the medicine for distribution. Many vaccine manufacturers use third parties to fill and finish their vaccines. The Bursa Malaysia stocks that are involved in this category are Pharma Niaga and DPHARMA. The next category is the logistics and storage, to provide facilities for the vaccine to be shipped and centrally stored at -70 degrees Celsius environment for the Pfizer vaccine. Other vaccine storage temperature range between -8 degrees to -20 degrees Celsius. The Busan Malaysia stocks that are involved are TASCO and Tiongnan Logistics. And we also have the others category, which involve possible distribution of vaccines such as the hospitals, joint venture with other vaccine companies but subject to NPRA approval, and also the equipments and supplies for the vaccination such as the gloves company and the needles and syringe producing company. Busan Malaysia stocks that are involved in these categories are for medical service, Apex Health, KPJ, AHEALTH, for vaccine distributor, MYEG, Kotra, Bintai, Solution, Kanger, Yongtai, Hoa Genting, and for medical supplies, gloves companies, and K1. The next section, we are going to present the top 5 vaccine-related stocks in terms of the market capitalization in Busan, Malaysia. Rank number 1 is MYEG Service Berhad with a market capitalization of 7.6 billion ringgit. MYEG announced that it has signed a MOU with Anhui Zhifei Longchem Biopharmaceutical Company Limited. The collaboration was to obtain Malaysian halal certification for the Chinese biopharma company's COVID-19 vaccine and to exclusively distribute the vaccine in Malaysia for a 3-year period. However, it is still subject to approval by the National Pharmaceutical Regulatory Agency, or NPRA. As at 24th of February 2021, MYEG was trading at 2 ringgit and 10 cents, PE ratio 29, ROE 29%, profit margin 52%, dividend yield 1.2%, and cash reserve stood at 274 million ringgit. Rank number 2 is Dual Pharma Biotech Berhad with a market capitalization of 2.4 billion ringgit. Dual Pharma Biotech Berhad has signed a deal with the Malaysian government to supply 6.4 million doses of the Russian-developed Sputnik V COVID-19 vaccine. The company will procure and supply to the Ministry of Health the vaccine developed by the Gamaleya National Research Institute of Epidemiology and Microbiology. Dual Pharma said its subsidiary Dual Pharma Sdn Bhd has signed a term sheet agreement with the MOH and the Russian Direct Investment Fund to secure the 6.4 million doses of the Sputnik V. However, it is still subject to approval by the MOH, National Pharmaceutical Regulatory Agency. As at 24th of February, the company was trading at 3 ringgit and 19 cents, PE ratio 44, ROE 9%, profit margin 9%, dividend yield 1.6%, debt equity ratio 0.44, and the cash reserve was 129 million ringgit. Rank number 3 is Apex Healthcare Berhad with a market capitalization of 1.6 billion ringgit. Apex Healthcare Berhad engaged in the development, manufacturing, marketing, and distribution of pharmaceuticals, diagnostic, consumer healthcare products, and orthopedic devices. It is believed that Apex could be the beneficiary of the COVID-19 vaccine as it has cold chain facilities. Apex Health recently expanded its cold chain facilities in both Malaysia and Singapore, capable of storing vaccines. Coupled with a robust warehousing system, it is possible that Apex will be a prominent player in the COVID-19 vaccine distribution. As at 24th of February, Apex Health was trading at 3 ringgit and 30 cents, PE ratio 28, ROE 12%, profit margin of 7.8%, dividend yield of 5.7%, very low debt equity ratio of 0.05, and a healthy cash reserve of 162 million ringgit. Rank number 4 is PHARMA Berhad with a market capitalization of 1.3 billion ringgit. In an announcement to Busan, Malaysia, its wholly owned PHARMA Life Science Sdn Bhd has entered into a term sheet agreement with the government of the purchase and distribution of the COVID-19 vaccine developed by the Sinovac Life Science Company Limited, a subsidiary of the Sinovac Biotech Limited. The agreement enables PHARMA Life Science Sdn Bhd to supply 12 million doses of the finished COVID-19 vaccine to be delivered to the hospitals, clinics, and any other facilities nationwide as instructed by the Ministry of Health of Malaysia, which is expected to be commenced in February 2021. On the other hand, PHARMA Logistics Sdn Bhd has a cold storage facility that is able to keep the COVID-19 vaccine at a very low temperature. However, it is unclear at this stage as to the financial impact as no guidance were given for now in terms of the pricing and margins. It is believed that the government will likely want to see the vaccines to be delivered in the most competitive manner as possible as it is more like a national service. As at 24th of February, the company was trading at 4 ringgit and 40 cents. It has a negative PE ratio and an ROE ratio due to its negative earnings. It has a dividend yield of 2%, debt to equity ratio was 2 times, and the cash reserve stood at 36.5 million ringgit. Rank number 5 is Tesco Berhad with a market capitalization of 880 million ringgit. Tesco Berhad is engaged in the business as a total logistics solutions provider. It operates cold chain facilities which are perceived as beneficiaries from the handling, storage, and distribution of the vaccines. According to the TA research, Cheongnam and TASCO Berhad have an extensive experience in the third-party logistics supply chain management. More importantly, these two listed companies have existing cold room operations and a fleet of refrigerated vehicles in Malaysia. As at 24th of February, TASCO was trading at 4 ringgit and 14 cents with a PE ratio of 35, ROE 5%, profit margin 2.9%, dividend yield of 0.9%, debt to equity ratio of 0.6, and a cash reserve 116 million ringgit. In summary, opportunities are from fill and finish, Dual Pharma and Pharma Niaga, distribution rights, MYEG, Apex Health, Bintai Solution, Kanger, Hoa Genting, KPH, IHH, warehouse cold chain supply, TASCO, Tiongnan, medical supplies, Top Glove, Supermax, Hathalega, K1. We think that the private healthcare providers may receive a fixed fee from the government in return for their service, and we doubt that the operating profit margin would be high due to its being a national service. What is more promising probably are the manufacturing companies that involve in the medical supplies manufacturing, such as the gloves companies or the needle syringe manufacturing companies. The above analysis is for information purpose, and we do not initiate a buy call or a sell call. At the point of recording, we do not hold any of the stocks mentioned in this video. Thank you.